Hi, welcome. In this video, I'm going to be performing the come command with Pearl. Pearl's here on a 1-week follow-up board and train. Things are progressing very, very well. You can see she's out here with no muzzle on. And for this exercise, I'm going to be using a little bit of a longer leash. Okay, this is about a 6-foot leash. And what it does, it gives me, by using a little bit of a longer leash, it gives me some extra distance to work this exercise. So here she's attached to the flat collar, okay, so I'm not using the pressure collar. I'll continue to use a pressure collar in some interactions based on, based on what's happening in terms of her state of mind. But for this exercise, I'm going to use the flat collar because I want to keep the level of influence very leveled out, okay. So what we're going to see here is going to see me using influence, okay, to bring her in. But I'm going to be hearing me say a command at the same time to create an association. So again, this is a specific exercise to get the owner to fade into the picture. Okay. So again, when you look at the context of the dog not listening, or in this case, Pearl has a tendency to want to take off and not come back. This is a great exercise to begin to really build that bridge. So really specific to. For the owner to fade into the picture. So again, I'm going to be performing. You're going to see how this is being set up. Again, when you first do it, you might be using a longer leash. You want to keep the leash, short, okay, at first, and then I'm going to let it go out as needed, okay, for the exercise at certain times. Now here, when I'm doing this too, okay, again, it's the same type of thing where you want to assert influence by bringing her into the sit position. Doing the push-pull method to really draw her attention to me, really create a fade-in situation where she's really seeing me in the picture, and then stepping away from her. Okay, I'm going to be starting to step away, and I'm going to be speaking the language of the method to get her to stay into position while I'm walking, moving away from her. Okay, when I get to a certain spot. Then I'm going to start to set it up so when I give her the command, I'm going to pull the leash to bring her into me. So you're going to see me doing this several times. And again, it's a great exercise to begin to get a dog to respond on command. Okay, to fade into the picture. It's another very specific interaction to get that to happen. So here I'm going to start to move a little bit. Now when I get ready, I'm going to start to do it right here. Bring her into a sit, do a really good push-pull. And then I'm going to start to communicate with the leash that I want her to stay right where she's at. I don't want her to move until I call her in. So right here, see the leash is up higher. And then when I'm ready to call her in, I say her name and I give the command. Pearl, come. Pull, 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 pull. She's right in front of me. Just take your time, make sure this is lined up. So I want her facing me. Do another push-pull. And then again, get the leash up high again. See how I have the leash. Now, if she moves, I'm going to tap the leash, communicate for her to stay there. I don't want her to move. So if she tries to move, I'm going to communicate to that leash, okay, in such a way that's going to tell her right away, halt her state of mind, and get her to stay into a sit position. So I'm going to repeat it again. I'll create a little bit of distance here. Pearl, come. So let's say come, assert, bring her in, push on her gum, push, pull. Now from here, I'm going to get her to go with me, heel. So I'm going to give a little heel command. I'm going to have her come around again. I'm going to line this up because I'm going to work this way here a little bit. I'm going to bring her in. Good push-pull. Now here's the thing, when I'm doing a push-pull, you can say stay, but based on how I'm working the method, it's implied, okay? But I'm still, on this, moving forward here, I will say it, so stay. But here's the thing, the focus, it's not on, the command is built in, okay, it's how it's aligning through the methodology. So the methodology, how I'm speaking language through the method, through how I'm inserting through influence through the push-pull, that's what's speaking the language of stay, okay? But I'll still say the word, okay, just to line it up. Okay, so again, you don't want to use treats, don't want to get all kind of reward focused here, okay? Because again, we're still focused on relationship change. So leadership has to be emphasized, okay? So this is about what's reasonable, and this is about what makes sense, okay? Through the methodology following the same path. So do not you start rewarding and petting, it's going to throw the whole thing off because, again, she's still not there yet in terms of control issues, and it's going to start to overexcite her, okay? And she's going to lose focus. So here, keep it very focused on leadership. Pearl, come. Pull, 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 right in. Now, even as she sits there, still push a little bit on her bum. I'm going to flex the leash a little bit. And now, when I'm here, I can flex the leash a little bit just to help settle her mind down. So once I have a good level of focus, stay. Then I can start to move back, okay? So I gave her, told her to stay. I'm moving back. And think this happens, if my leash got tangled up with the good knot. I'm still focused on her at the same time. I don't want her to move. Move it back. Now she moves, see she moves. That's a good example. As soon as she moves, I tap the leash to get her back into position, okay? Pearl, come. Right in, she's responding well. Into the sit, push, pull, and then heel. And do it a couple more times here, just so you really get the idea of how this is working. Okay, when you get set up, you're going to start your starting point, put her into a sit, a really good push-pull. Push-pull is like a kind of like I'm in control moment, yeah, I own moment. Draws her attention. When I do that push-pull, it really brings her attention to me. Then I can step off from there. Okay, when I step off, like if she's on my left side, try to step off with your right foot. This creates kind of a gapping effect here. Okay, if I want her to walk with me, I'll step with my left foot, have her come alongside. So if you're stepping off, you want to step off, if I want her to stay, step off with your right foot. She's on my left side. If it's the right side, it's the opposite. You step off with your left foot for her to stay. Okay, if you want her to go along, you're on the right side, step off with your right foot. Okay, so that way she picks up a little bit of body language here too. But it all, like I said, everything all aligns through how you're applying the method. The spoken word now will stay, and the comments will start to have an effect as well. So same thing, stay, stepping off my right foot. See, she tried to move a little bit. I just tap the leash is up high, and still create a moment, kind of interrupt that state where she wants to move forward. She's looking at me. She's just like, Pearl, come. Again, she comes in. Her tail's wagging, push, pull, and repeat and stay. Keep the leash up high at first, because I still want to communicate. Once it comes down level, that means I'm going to pull. So keep it up high for stability. Right here, I'm still in communication. So keep the leash up high so I can tap it. See, watch right here. Say, tap it a little bit. She tries to move. I just want to, I want to get her back. So she tries to move. I just tap a little more as I'm moving forward to get her to stay. Pearl, come. Right in, right in, right in. Again, boom, boom, and heel. All right, do it one more time. Into the sit. Push, pull, stay. Start to move forward. So I stepped off my right foot. She tried to move. Tap that leash. As soon as she tries to move, tap it right away to communicate with her what you want. Halt her mind. As soon as she starts to shift or move forward, she cannot move until I say the actual command. So here's the point. When I say her name, she's still not to move. That's a calling her out. So for example, when I say her name, it's built in that through this exercise, I say her name, that gets her attention, but I don't want her moved. So for example, she could be over across the street. Traffic could be coming right here back and forth. And so what I'm doing is I'm getting her attention, but I'm watching for her. I might say, okay, I'll give the command once it's safe for her to move. Or something's going on, I want to call her out of a group, okay? Then again, it's about building this in. So her name first, she can't move, but I want her attention. Then pause, and then give the command. Now, if she tries to move on her name, when I say her name, put her back. Okay, she's got to understand that, no, I just want your attention. A command is about to come, okay? About to follow. Pearl, come. Pull, 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 right in. Really good. Push, pull, and that's it. I'll move around here. Good. So as you can see, really responded really, really well. Okay. She's ready for this. So, she's, tail's wagging, she's coming in. She's coming into agreement with it really well. If you go back and watch the video from day one, okay, of the board train, you see just how intensively she was like really not wanting to be led at all. Really locked in. Now, the point we're at now in the relationship, she's starting to really respond really good. So again, this is a great method, okay, to start to fade in, to get the listening, and then with the fading in, okay, her desire to want to take off really starts to diminish, okay, through this method. Just lots of good leash work, asserting influence. So even if she's moving towards you, still assert some influence through that leash anyway. I use the example, it's like a wave cresting right over another wave. The first wave is her movement coming in, her responding. The second wave is me pulling on the leash. Okay, so she still needs to feel that I'm in control through this exercise. Okay, it's very helpful. So again, she's doing really well. This is an exercise I'm going to be working on